Hi, I'm here at the World Producers Summit. I'm here with the curators of the event. I'm here with Francoise from the CFP, Matt Miller from the AICP, and Steve Davies from the APA. Gentlemen, how do you feel it went today?
Well, I think it was very interesting. I mean, it's the one and only opportunity throughout the year for producers from over 35 countries to get together and share intelligence about how the industry is moving forward, to learn about threats and opportunities. And as in previous years, we've really learned a lot, and that can inform us all better when we go back to our own markets.
Yeah, it's been growing immensely every year. I mean, now we're up to, as Steve said, over 120 people from almost 40 countries, and what we're really learning each and every year is that our differences are starting to melt away. And as this industry becomes global, the best thing we can do is actually share intelligence, understand best practices from around the world, and also understand worst practices from around the world and make each other a little bit smarter. And I think today we really hit the mark and achieved the goal.
Well, what was interesting, particularly, I think, today is that we had in the room producers from if I counted well, 33 different countries. So, of course, we are doing the same job. We are all producing commercials, but we are not doing it exactly the same way. And sometimes, our interests and our goals are not exactly the same. So it's obviously, from my point of view, although that I may differ from other people inside the room, I think it's extremely interesting to see and to hear what's happening in other parts of the world, as we are now in a global world. So to hear what's happening in Asia Pacific, for example, as opposed to what's happening in Latin America, and then Europe, which is the oldest country in the world, as far as this business of ours is concerned, I think it's very productive. It gives us ideas, and it helps us to build up our business models, new ones.
And what were the hot topics being discussed today?
Well, I think everyone's looking for an understanding about how to gain a footing in a very unbalanced business. Unbalanced meaning it's very much a linear business that flows, unfortunately, vertically. And sometimes people feel that they are at the bottom of a vertical piece rather than being in sort of a horizontal partnership. And having these types of discussions and understanding and being able to hear what's going on around the world, I think puts people back in the position of rethinking the importance within that, not feeling like a vendor, but truly feeling like a integral piece of the entire process of creation.
Tell us a bit about your opinions of the summit today.
Well, I think it's something absolutely necessary. It's something that it's like a meeting point for producers, for people who it's in the daily basis in this industry, and it's I think the most interesting thing is people to get involved in the each other in their other problems, because I think it's a very good way to understand our own market. I mean, and to find a solution.
What were the main subjects being discussed today?
Well, I think in our table, but I think generally speaking, it was all the issues with copywriting, copywriting of visualizations and pitches, all that, the situation in which companies, production companies are required to pitch, and the level of complexity of the pitches it's increasing constantly, and it's becoming quite expensive to be in the game. There's a lot of talk about the problems with down payments and the problem of collecting invoices after the productions are finished. All in all, I think throughout the world we're sharing the basic same problems. So I think we can start sitting down and work out solutions for everyone. Today was suggested that throughout the world we all decide on three companies pitching at the same time at the most. I think that would be a fantastic thing to follow up, and it's good they're putting things like that on the table.
If we have this kind of session more and more, and associate with all over world, like a worldwide production company together to talk about it, that would be great. Because if we fighting for the discount, money, that's not gonna good. Because many people is dying about it. So we better to give service to the client and the agency as better as possible, right? So not like only money. So we are like a professional producer, director, technician. So we always try to train ourselves. So try to, I want to say to the agency, please try to not think about only money. So we try to be best all the time. So.
Well, to me, actually, something which is really current for what we're facing in India right now is the formation of an association. So there are some, and we look at the APA and the AICP and the CFPE as the leading industry bodies of the world. And we've been talking about the formation of an association in India for the past 6 months, and it's coming to fruition now. It's called the ASAP, Association of Advertising Producers in India, and excuse me. Every single meeting, and we've had about 10 meetings so far, and I'm Bang Bang Films, and I are part of the founding committee of this organization. And every single meeting, I quote something about the APA or the AICP or the CFP, and say that why reinvent the wheel? Something works in different markets. So. In fact, as I sat down today, and I said that inside as well, I got a mail from one of the prospective members talking about where we are on different things, etc., because I think we're very close to it, and by July we should have an organization that is in place. It's much needed in a market like India, which is extremely active, very crowded, and doesn't exactly play by the rules all the time. So there is some amount of regulation, self-regulation needed.